Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey from LPM Public School, Gola Bazar, and we were discussing the revival of Indian industries, Indian business, Indian trade after independence. So during the period of 1947 until 1991, in this period, different efforts were made by the government to revive Indian manufacturing, Indian trade, and Indian business. But the efforts that were being made were not sufficient enough to make India stand on its own feet and to revive the glory that India was the leader of trade. India was the global leader in international trade from 1st to 7th century, as we discussed in our previous lecture. So after 1991, as you know that Indian business, Indian trade and Indian market was liberalized. We allowed foreign companies to enter into Indian market with novel initiatives. The companies who want to start business relations with India and who want to establish manufacturing units in Indian market were given green signal. The licensing and the monetary authorities, the policies that were made for foreign companies were eased. The taxation process was also made simpler just to provide green signal to the companies. If the political atmosphere of any country is not favorable for the companies, the companies will not enter into your market. So you have to provide a healthy environment to the foreign players, the foreign multinational companies. If they will find that your market is favorable for them, there is ample opportunity to sell their products. Only then they will enter your market. As you know that business is not regulated by human sentiments. The sole objective of business is to earn profit. Okay, so on that basis, from 1991, the efforts that were made by Indian government were more sincere. That's why different shortcomings of Indian trade and business were eradicated. But till now, we are not able to compete with the developed nations. We are lagging behind. The corruption of Indian bureaucracy and corruption in our industries as well is the main factor that is making India lagging behind. The commitment towards the organizational goal is lacking. Here people are centered to their own progress, own benefit only. I'm not saying that every person who is working in India is corrupt, but the ratio of corruption, you can watch the ranking of India in the index that is prepared for showing corruption. Our condition, our position on that index is very low. We are standing in the line of most corrupt countries. We have to improve that. If you want to make India a golden sparrow again, that's why different contributions that I have enlisted on this board are walking in that direction. After appointment of Narendra Modi as our Prime Minister, several initiatives were taken that are providing us a positive impetus, like Make in India, Skill India, Digital India, ODOP, One District, One Product scheme of UP government under the leadership of Yogi Adityanath, MSME development, defense corridor, Jan Dhan account, Udyog Bandhu, subsidy on procurement of raw material and machines, single window licensing. All these efforts were made by central government and state government as well. As you know that it is responsibility of the state government and central government both to provide a suitable environment to the companies, to the business, families, and to the investors who are coming to India. That's why you witness Investors Summit in Lucknow in the month of January and February every year. That is just to make people aware about the opportunities that are existing in Uttar Pradesh. As you know that Uttar Pradesh is a vast state. There is no lack of resources. There is no lack of manpower. Skilled workforce is also available. Raw material is also available. We are lacking only in the funds and proper technology to convert the raw material into finished goods. That's why we need foreign investment. and government is trying its best to attract the foreign investors. If the investor will found that there is healthy environment in Uttar Pradesh, the policies of government is also supportive to the business, then they will enter into our market, and then our state will be on the verge of becoming prosperous again. It will generate employment opportunities for the unemployed youth, and it will also provide tax to the government. So our government will also receive proper fund to invest the infrastructure development. As we know that the different types of projects like the 4-lane transport facilities, the bridges, railway development, all these projects require huge amount of revenue. Huge amount of money investment is needed to finance the infrastructure projects. So the tax that is being paid by the service sector employees and the companies, the manufacturing units, any business activity that is paying tax to the government is a very rich source of revenue. Okay, so government need revenue for all of its operations and infrastructure development projects. So that's why the enlisted schemes and promotional policies. Some of the policies are devised by the Uttar Pradesh government, and some of the policies are the initiatives of central government. But the intention is only to promote business, promote trade. Okay, so we will study about these schemes one by one. Make in India. This is a very famous initiative of central government. Make in India is a step to make India self-reliant for its needs. Any product that is required in Indian market should be made by Indian companies. We should not be dependent on foreign players, because if we are dependent on any country for our basic needs, we are under indirect slavery. If any country is ruling for supplying goods and services to meet our demand and need, then we are under influence of that country. That country can regulate our economy, and if any country is in position to regulate our economy, then that company is having dominance over our country. Okay, like East India Company, the policies were just to establish trade relation with India, but after that they established control over Indian market, and after some time they imposed their administrative rule on us. So we will not allow this to happen. That's why Make in India initiative is to strengthen our manufacturing units, our cottage industries, our MSMEs. MSME development is the very noble initiatives, because MSME are the backbone of India. Our industry, our country's GDP is hugely dependent on MSMEs, small units. Small units create employment opportunities even in the rural areas and semi-urban and urban areas as well. You can found the small production units in your town, in your village, in your district headquarter, or even in your capital, Lucknow. These small units, like there are different terracotta producing units in Gorakhpur. ODOP is a scheme of Uttar Pradesh government. ODOP means one district, one product. Through this scheme, one product is allotted to a particular district where manufacturing of that product is very easy. Raw material is available. People are proficient in making that products. As you can witness, the manufacturing of lock industry in Aligarh, the wood industry, wood and wooden materials are made in Saharanpur. In Azamgarh, there are different weaving industries, carpet industries of Bhadoi. So each district is allocated at least one product that is made very proficiently. That product is the identification of that district. So different types of government support and subsidies are provided to manufacture that product. In this way, the people are getting employment opportunities, and government is also getting tax through the trade that is happening through ODOP. Skill India and Digital India. Ads of all these schemes and promotional programs are broadcasted continuously on government channels, Doordarshan, radio. You can witness the banners and posters of Skill India, Digital India, Make in India in your nook and corner in your village as well. and in the towns. So Skill India is just to back Make in India. If your people are efficient enough to convert your raw material into finished goods, then only your Make in India campaign will be supported. So you have to, the government is trying its best to prepare our youth, make them skilled enough. That's why different types of courses, computer programs, paramedical courses for nursing are started through government agencies. You can find different types of training modules. Training centers are there that are regulated by government to provide 6 month, 3 month, 1 year, 3 year, 4 year diploma and engineering courses to make our youth capable enough to work in industries. Okay, if our youth are skilled and we are providing them proper opportunities to work, then only we will support this Make in India initiatives. And Digital India is also a very supportive scheme. We are connecting every licensing, every documentation work through digital format. Digital format is very helpful in eradicating out the problem of corruption. As you know that government officials are involved in corrupt practices. The subsidy that grants, the aids that is given by government to the poor, unprivileged class, there is corruption. Government officials take commission for releasing your own money that is provided by government. So Digital India campaign has solved this issue of corruption at a very great extent. And the Jan Dhan scheme of Narendra Modi government that was launched in 2014 was also a very concrete step. If you are having an account, and the government subsidies, the government grants and aids are transferred directly into your account, the chances of corruption will go down automatically. So all these schemes are interconnected to each other. Okay, if MSME development is there, Jan Dhan account is also there, Skill India, Digital India, Make in India, ODOP, all the schemes can be interconnected. Udyog Bandhu is also there, that is initiative of the Industrial Department of Uttar Pradesh government. Udyog Bandhu's sole purpose is to provide hand-holding support to the industries, to the MSMEs. Because as you know that the person who are starting a new venture of small investment, 20 lakh, 50 lakh investment is there, they are not provided with all the necessary skills to regulate the business. They cannot hire educated engineers because their investment is very low. They cannot hire consultants to provide them proper guidance. That's why government is making the things easy to them. Udyog Bandhu is initiative or specific office of specific department of Industrial Department of Uttar Pradesh government. Udyog Bandhu's sole purpose is to help the MSME unit holders. Small unit holders need hand-holding support from the government. Okay, any small unit can be converted into a multinational global company within a period of 15 or 20 years. So these small units need more guidance and facilities. After 3 to 4 years, these MSMEs will stand on their own feet. Then they will not need any support or guidance. But in the early stage, they need proper support. And if we are not providing them proper support, the ultimate result will be failure of that business unit. It will be loss of the person and it will be loss of the nation as well. Okay. Subsidy and procurement of raw materials and machines. Government is providing different types of subsidies to the farmers, to the small business unit holders, because once their business is established, they will pay tax, they will pay GST to the government, and it will result in making our state prosperous. So in the early stage, subsidy is provided. If any farmer is there and he want to tap the solar energy, he want to establish a solar power plant for all of its agricultural activities, then government is bearing half of the cost. 50% of the cost will be bear by the government, and the farmer has to pay only 50% of that cost. Such type of subsidies are also available, but the people are not aware about the government schemes. All the schemes that are enlisted in this list, you can consult to anybody, or you can find nearby your vicinity, the people who are having small business units, who are establishing small manufacturing units in your vicinity, go and ask them, are they aware of all these schemes and policies that are devised by government to provide them support. Ask them about ODOP. They will mostly, around 60-70% people are not aware of all the facilities, all the promotional programs that are run by the government to provide them support. So bringing awareness about this scheme is also responsibility of the government, and you should also make yourself aware about the promotional programs. Okay, so the students of commerce should at least pay proper attention to the government policies, government subsidies, training programs that are offered by central and state government. You have to keep your eyes open. You have to understand the environment. Then only you will be capable enough to guide someone or to establish your own industries. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, we will move ahead and we will discuss the next topic that is mentioned in your book, is what type of activities are involved in economic and what are non-economic activities. Okay, so we will discuss this tomorrow. Thanks.